everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Up Supercast Game Club. My name is Brandon. I am your host. And joining me today, I have Ills.
Lover's Tree. Did he really kiss for the first time?
And I have Noah.
You need to take better care of your workers, Brandon. You need to pay your employees.
You're right. You know what? Employees, come here. I'm sorry. Let me apologize. I'm going to give you a big old smooch. In fact, I'm feeling like I'm in the mood to smooch everybody. I'm going to smooch the neighbors. I'm going to go smooch the girl I love, I got a crush on. I'm going to go smooch a dog.
Aliens.
I'm going to smooch a dinosaur. I'm going to smooch a voodoo doll. I'm going to smooch old people. I'm going to smooch
Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm going to smooch a lion. I'm going to smooch everybody. I'm just going to smooch them all. And that's what we did this week when we, well, not this week in particular, but in this episode when we played Chulip for the PlayStation 2.
Boo.
Chulip was a PlayStation 2 game, like I mentioned, that was released way back in 2002 in Japan, and then was released in 2007 in North America. What a time gap. 5 years.
Yeah, apparently they took 4 years to translate this game.
Yeah, it took them forever. It was delayed a bunch of times. It was, I don't know. It was a GameStop exclusive, from what I understand, when this game came out in North America. So
They really know how to pick them, huh?
Yeah, they do. Probably a very limited release, and it was just delayed a shit ton. And it was developed by a studio. Their name was Punchline Studios. They were very small, I guess, and only made 2 games. They made Chulip and Rule of Rose. If you don't know anything about Rule of Rose, I don't really know that much about it either, so that's okay. It is an obscure game that is a very sought-after PlayStation 2 game. It's like a survival horror, so... but we're not here to talk about Rule of Rose. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was interesting.
I mean, this is kind of a survival horror if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess.
This is the most dangerous town of all time.
It's true. But yeah, I guess that's kind of weird because I've heard of Rule of Rose before this, just because of collectors and stuff on the internet. You know, people are looking for that game a lot. I never heard of Chulip though, never ever before this.
And there was a reason for it.
It's true. I just want to mention it was published by Victor Interactive Software in Japan, but published by Natsume. Serious fun over here in North America.
And picked by our good friend Will to play it on the Game Club.
Picked by Will. Will, unfortunately, isn't here for this episode today.
Conspicuously absent. I think we all know why.
So normally I would go... I would ask him, I would say, Will, you picked this game. Why don't you tell me why he picked it? So he's not here to answer that question. So I'm going to answer it in the best Will way I can. And I'm going to say this is 100% a Will game. That's why he picked this game.
I mean, a Will game in terms of, the theming, sure.
Theming,
yeah, wackiness and the quirkiness of the game.
Yeah. Definitely. Will has the type of game that if you've looked at the games Will's picked for the Game Club so far, he's picked Chibi Robo,
Incredible Crisis,
yeah. Some really just zany games.
Very quirky.
Yeah,
He's a quirky boy.
He is. This definitely fits right into some of the other games. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. We love Katamari. So.
Mm-hmm. And most of those games have been good.
Most of them have been good. Yes.
Really enjoyed a lot of
what's
those
to come. Jeez. No. I really like the theme that it had going for him, and like the uniqueness of this title in general. Like as it starts out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's actually pretty cute. It's charming. Like I like the main character for the most part. Like he's pretty silly. Yeah, the world, just the theme of the world and everything about it is pretty cool.
Yeah, so it basically Chulip plays out like an adventure game, right? So we mentioned it's about kissing, and that really is the whole theme of the game is just kissing people. It's really an adventure game, but the most boring adventure game probably you've ever played in your life. If you think about like, you're kissing people, so I don't know what else. You're not running. It's not an adventure game like Zelda, where you run around with a sword and slash people, and there's no combat. It's you literally are going around trying to give these people kisses. It's more of a puzzle game in a way. Zelda has puzzles, but this is just it. That's all it is.
But like a really bad puzzle game, because they don't explain any of the puzzles.
Yeah, and it's a mix of also like a simulation game, because it's a town, so like kind of like Animal Crossing, but it's not real time. Like more like Harvest Moon, which I guess is a Natsume published game as well, where you have an in-game clock, and that clock, obviously goes on in-game time, so it's simulated faster time than normal, and everybody's on like a schedule for all these NPCs. They follow like a daily
at different times they're doing different things. Some people, like most of them, are only available during certain time periods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that becomes a real problem.
It does.
Because they're incredibly small time windows, and your character doesn't move very fast, and it actually takes time and money to travel to different places.
Yeah.
Yeah. That becomes a problem real quick.
And like, because there's such a small time frame, and they don't explain to you like the goals of most of the people in the town, or what you have to do to kiss them, was the primary thing you have to do in this game.
Yep.
You'll be just wasting time. If you mess up and you lose your opportunity, you have to wait a whole day, and that's like 12 minutes of your life and never getting back.
Yeah, the main objective of the game is to kiss enough people to level up, so you get the girl of your dreams to like you and marry you.
Yeah.
That's like the main goal.
Yeah, so
But throughout the whole going around and kissing people, there's also like a small story part that helps you progress to go to different towns and things like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main goal, and then there's like little smaller goals. You're really trying to get like the love letter set, basically, so you could write her a letter.
It's the main
so that she fall in love with you.
Goal in the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I want to mention with this game, it was directed by a dude named Yoshihiro Kimura, and he wanted to make a video game. I guess he went to America. He was on a trip to America, and he noticed that we have a lot more PDA than they do in Japan. People going around, out in public and kissing each other and stuff. And he was obviously be like, "Whoa, this is wild." In Japan, if you hold somebody's hand in public, that's like you're married.
I belong in Japan.
So here in America, people are making out on fucking park benches and just being wild and kissing each other in public. And he's like, "I want to make a game about this." I don't know. It's very confusing how he was inspired by that to make a game. This game doesn't really fit a lot of that. It's fucking weird. It really is.
I could get why he got inspired, quote unquote, because it's like a completely different culture. And it's like, oh, this is different. I can actually come up with something interesting with this.
Yeah.
But I mean, and he did. It's not like a one-to-one thing what he saw in public, I assume. I don't know. Unless like he saw some really freaky shit going on.
I don't think he saw a little letter boy kissing a fucking dude with a rocket strapped to his head in public.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had his mind and his heart in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think it's a pretty good idea. I don't think they leaned hard into the idea of just kissing people. It more became like you have to collect things. Mm-hmm. And that was a problem.
Yeah, and the game you play as really just an unnamed guy. You get to name him whoever you want. He's just a generic looking little post boy. That's what he looks like. Or I guess maybe that's his backpack, like that, the kind of packs that the Japanese school kids wear.
Yeah.
So yeah, you and your dad move into this new town. You and your dad are dirt poor, fucking poor as shit, and it's apparent from the get-go. Everybody is, like, being an asshole to you. Oh, poor people, fuck you. Everybody's an asshole because you're poor, which is awful. And you have a dream at the beginning of the game where you kiss this girl, and you're like, wow, this is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She's the girl of my dreams. And you end up seeing her in real life.
Her name is Lindis.
She's her name was Lucina in my game.
You're just wrong, not canon.
Yeah, well, fine. And you end up just like, okay, well, here she is. Let me try to kiss her because I had a dream about it. And she instantly slaps you, and she's like, I would never kiss a poor piece of shit like you. Just not exact quote, but basically what she tells you. I would never kiss an old, a crappy poor person. Work on your image. Maybe I'll, think about it again. And then the only way to work on your image is to go around kissing other people. And basically that's how you level up in the game too, is by kissing people. And it just increases your health and increases your social status.
Yeah. That's where the puzzle element comes in. Like, people can only be kissed at specific moments, either when they accomplish a task or they do something at a certain time frame. That's what the whole they're only available during a certain time aspect comes in.
Yeah, exactly. And there's all these town folks that are in the game, and here's where it gets really weird. A large majority of them live underground. And it's fucking weird. There's this whole underground system of people just living under there, and there's these holes in the ground. You can go look at them, and when you look through the hole, it's one, it takes forever, which is annoying.
Yeah, it takes so fucking long.
But two, you get to see who's living down there and basically in their living space. And sometimes it's kind of funny, you get to see like, how they're living, and it tells you a little joke like about them, like how old they are and what their hobby is, and then it kind of gives you a clue sometimes. Sometimes it'll give you a clue on when they're above ground. How to kiss them, or when they're above ground, what time to come back and visit them at. But, yeah, the problem is, a lot of times, you have no fucking idea when they're coming out of the ground. You have to just stand there and wait. You don't know, once they do come out of the ground, you don't know what exactly you have to do to be able to kiss them. It's almost like you have to wait till they're happy. They have little musical notes above their head. I'm going to say that they're giving you consent in that moment.
So basically, some of them are like, you just have to wait until they like just randomly just start singing or whatever. That's like a chance to kiss them. And like other times you have like, this one guy was like a signboard who was like advertising a movie or something. And you have to like follow him around like a couple of times, and like as he's dashing to go to his next spot, that's when you have to like catch him while he's running to kiss him. It's like, really, sometimes it makes no sense, sometimes it does, sometimes you have to like really try and figure out what the fuck you need to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's so like sometimes you could just stand there and then it'll happen on its own. Like they'll just be ready to be kissed.
Yeah, like the punching dude. He's like, he'll stop and then he's just ready to be kissed.
He after he does his triple punch combo or something, like he gets tired and he's like, I did it. That's when you like go in. And
there's other ones that are just like god awful to try to figure out.
Yeah, I mean it's like almost impossible to figure out. Like, they don't give you any clues. They don't tell you what to do. And the other thing about this game, it's very easy to die. If you get close to somebody when they don't want you to kiss them, they'll just hit you and take away
and you take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And like this game like wants you to explore a lot and like check everything out.
Yeah, it's an adventure.
But you literally like exploring like the bushes or the garbage or the trash cans or trash like bins.
Yeah.
Like you can find some useful items that you can sell, but half the time you just find little shit. You find poopy.
You found poopy. That's
and
big
in the beginning, especially when you have like 4 or 5 health or 8 health, that thing can kill you.
Yeah.
Like you literally find shit and you die.
Exactly. The game actively punishes you for exploring.
Yeah.
And you can
and
die
it's not
easily.
like you can save every time you check before. Like you have to go to your house and save each time.
Man.
And we already spoken of how fucking long it takes to go to your house and like move around. It's slow as shit.
He's so slow. You don't get a run button until like you have to. You can never get it. Like you can miss it very easily.
Yeah, you can unlock the ability to run. And I had to tell Ills once I found it. I was like,
because they don't give you item
descriptions.
descriptions.
Yeah,
you have to get
this
an
guy
item
gives you
and
an
eat
item, and you have to eat that item. It's a fucking apple or some shit, and once you eat it, then you unlock the ability to run.
Yeah, so I mean that's a huge problem. That's just a time sink. That combined with the slowness of your movement, that combined with having to wait for people to come out of their holes, you never knowing when they're gonna come out. So sometimes you're just gonna sit there and wait the whole time.
Yeah.
And then, fuck, what was the other thing I was gonna say?
It was so easy to fucking die.
And it's so easy to die. Like, it's so punishing.
It's
very punishing.
Yeah, and it's never the fault of the player for dying. You're just trying to explore. The game wants you to explore. It forces you to.
Yeah, you have to explore, and it's like I went to the fucking park. That's where I met, like, Godzilla, the Godzilla of this game or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I kissed him, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I found this other guy that popped up, and he started flying around. I was like, okay. So I started interacting with all, like, the swings and things like that.
Oh, no.
And I went on the spinny, what do they call it, that world, the thing
globe.
where it goes around.
Yeah.
What, the globe? Yeah. And I went on that thing, and he just, like, I didn't know what was going to happen. It's just, like, prompted me. I was like, oh, you can interact with this. Okay. So I press it, he starts spinning, he falls off and dies. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
It's so fucking stupid.
You
to be fair,
no
with the
clue.
globe thing, they give you a warning, like, in another part of the park if you read it, but I mean,
yeah, that's
still,
dangerous.
That's
but
dumb.
like in other areas, they do something extremely similar. You just interact with it and you take damage.
I found a big poopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, or there's a part where the fucking sniper will shoot you from completely off screen. You're like, huh? I had no clue what the fuck was going on. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Oh yeah, and then fucking at nighttime, like in the daytime you talk with everybody is just fine. Even at nighttime you talk with people is just fine. There's no like real obvious dangers anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But well, there is a one point there is like a vampire guy with a giant needle. I didn't go near him, but
if you talk to him, you die.
well, I did the first time. That was a mistake.
He'll kill you.
But then it's like I encountered the policeman that I talked to during the day is just fine, and he like helps me and everything. So I go near him at nighttime to see if anything was different. He fucking shoots me in the face.
Just fucking.
I didn't even interact, like press a button to interact with him. He just shoots me.
He'll shoot you. The end is one of the most terrifying things. You want to talk about survival horror? That is the spot right there. That's fucking terrifying.
Oh man, I don't even want to.
That cop, that policeman. I wish we had video for this. Like, this dude has a giant fucking head, and he almost looks like a doll. And at night his eyes just light up like flashlights, and he's fucking terrifying. He has this big goofy grin, and he's just a big shining eyes, just fucking shooting a handgun at you. It's like, holy shit.
You know what? I respect Chulip for putting a light on police brutality. That's crazy. This guy just fucking goes off like in the middle of the night. He'll just go start shooting anybody he sees. It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Well, not you, only you. Literally only you. He'll only shoot at you.
That's what I mean.
There's other characters at night, but he'll only shoot you. And the game
for no reason.
For literally no reason either. Yeah. You can get arrested later on in the game if you buy cigarettes, and you get arrested by the dude if you try to smoke them in front of him. But I think there's other things. You can walk out of the once you go to the spa, you can you basically put on a towel and you get naked. But if you leave without putting your clothes back on and walk around naked, he'll arrest you for that too.
Oh boy, yeah.
Which that's one of the things I like that I'll give this game credit for, right? Because there's some funny stuff to be had, you know. There's a couple things that are funny. They're charming. The characters are unique, and some of them are cool.
Yeah, I like the main character's expressions. Like, he just opens his mouth sometimes. He's like, "Oh my god," and then like sometimes he's just like when he's waiting for like the cross signal, he pretends like he's flying or something. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah,
randomly. I guess a clever way to disguise the loading screens in the game.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah, I liked some of the characters that you meet along the way, but I guess none of them were too amazing. Some of them were cool and charming. But
the thing about this game is that it just wears you down. Like, this, you can like a character, but by the time you see them like the fourth or fifth time, you haven't figured out what the fuck they want from you. You're just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't want.
Like, that was my general aspect on this game. Like, I was excited at first. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool and neat. I was exploring like the first couple hours, but then after that, it was just like a chore.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, I was just watching YouTube videos while I was playing this game because so much waiting, so much
just standing there. Yeah, that's a problem. And they try. I feel like they tried to do things to make it so that it was easier to skip around time. Like you eventually.
Yeah, but even with the skipping of the time, it's like you could buy manga to skip time, but you still might take damage at the end of it if it was a bad manga.
Yeah, that too, which is fucking stupid. And on top of that, there's different mangas that will skip different amounts of times, but you can't like skip to exactly where you want, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes you're forced to wait.
Yeah. I think that's so dumb that, you know, they made you do that. They should have given you like just the ability to manipulate time as much as you want.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to be punishing or stringent. If you want a game to be charming, just let it be charming. Don't make it something else. Don't add in, you know, hard difficulty or fucking all this waiting around. There's no point to it.
Exactly. And the hard difficulty is only due to unfair and cheap deaths and the game just not giving you the info on like what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like even like with the story in general, to progress. Like I got to the point where I got on the train, I went to the temple, I finally managed to get the head priest monk to talk to me. And tell me what to do next. But that's only after I figure out that I have to donate 500 yen or gold or whatever to the fucking church first, and then donate, and then find him in the town after I talk to him, and donate another 100 to him.
Yeah.
Then he gives me this incense, which indicated I had to go to the cemetery or something. But I still couldn't figure out because I didn't know what name or like where to put the item. And then Brandon told me later on that I have to buy a fucking magnifying glass or magnifier from the shop to look at the old man, the monk, because he has writings on all over his body. Yep. And I would figure out what grave name, the person or the tomb name I would have to go to leave the incense sticks on. Yep. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to figure that out?
Yeah, and that's just the beginning. The last one that you had to get with the alien... That was some fucking bullshit. That was like one of the most cryptic ass fucking things. I got the first two. They were hard. They were difficult. I was mad. I wasn't happy. But when I got to the third set that I needed, like whatever it was, I was completely stumped. Like I got the point where I knew I needed to find the alien dictionaries. But I was like, where the fuck do I find them? I have no clue. I found one in the shop. One guy gave me one. There's two more out there. I don't know where the fuck to even begin.
Oh, boy.
I had to look up a guide for this game. I really did. It's the only way I was going to beat it. I had to look up a guide. And I come to find out that, you know, I shouldn't feel bad about it. Because when this game was released in North America, the instruction book was an entire guide for the game. They knew they fucking had a game that was going to be like nobody was going to be able to beat it. So the whole fucking instruction book was just a guide to beat it.
I mean, oh man, it's such a sin of game development. Like, you don't put any hints inside your game, but you just pawn everything off into a fucking guide. That makes no fucking sense. Like,
well, I mean, it wasn't like that in Japan. Natsume, when they published this game in America, they were probably like, dude, when we release this game, nobody's gonna be able to fucking figure this game out. We need to just put a whole guide in the goddamn it just comes with a guide. That's
but it took years to translate it, and they still couldn't get it right.
It's fucking dumb. I tell you, it's the game. That's its major flaw, and it's a stupid fucking flaw. It really is. I mean, I get it, and even with the guide, honestly, you know, it's fine, right? A game's fine. You can use a guide. I'm not gonna like bash you for using a guide.
No, there's nothing wrong with using guides. I actually like there are certain instances with other games where like you find hints in the guide, and it's like, oh, this is like solving the riddle or whatever. Yeah,
you can
but not
still
like
really
for the whole
enjoy a
fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. No, well, here's the thing: you can really enjoy a game with a guide, right? But it doesn't make the game. You know, even with a guide, games can still be really fun. But this game, even with a guide, is still fucking painfully boring as fuck.
Well, I mean, it made me angry whenever I had to look something up, and I only had to look something up in that last moment where you were talking about in the alien problem.
Yeah, because
like I got through the whole rest of the game. I was pissed off already, and then I come to find out getting those other dictionaries is like the most obtuse fucking shit I've ever heard of in my life.
It really is. One of them is like, you have to fucking buy this gum and stand next to a fucking hole in a fence and then chew the gum right when the fucking dawn goes off on a specific hour.
Yeah,
I shit you not.
That almost sounds as fucking ridiculous as the goddamn Simon's 2, waiting for the fucking tornado by the
I swear to God, it's worse
with the
than
red
that.
orb shit.
Yeah, I swear to fucking God, it's worse than that.
And I feel like the thing with the funny cola later on, like right in that same quest line, that's even worse. Like, well, maybe not worse, but it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to know?
Yep. How? How the fuck are you supposed to know that? He really... Just the entire last quest, I was like, how am I supposed to know any of this? Oh, God, it was awful. And I wish I could explain it all to you. And your mind would have been blown. You would have been like, are you kidding me? Like, when I was reading it, I was like, huh? Like, no way. No fucking way. Like, this is a laundry list of things that nobody in their right mind would fucking know or do.
It's upsetting. Game. I mean, really, it's just upsetting. Like, to waste all that time in that game and, like, trying to figure out, like, what the fuck to do, and then realizing there was no fucking way you were going to figure this out because it makes no fucking sense.
Nope, it doesn't. And at that point, the game has fucking worn thin. It's literally just, you know, the novelty of kissing people is gone. I'm just mad now at this point.
Yeah.
You know, any charm that the game has, I'm like, fuck you. It's not cool anymore. None of it's funny. It's not cute. I just want it to be done.
Yeah, I haven't hated a game this much in a long time. It's been a while.
Yeah, it sucks
this
too.
This one more,
like,
probably.
It just sucks because the game, if it has like that charm, and like there's people out there that like this game has like a small cult following, from what I understand. You know, and I posted this game on my Instagram story, right, at one point, and I just made the joke. I was just recorded the screen of me just standing there, and I was like, this is literally waiting the video game, you know, waiting for the fucking train. And one of my followers sees the story, and they're just like, oh, Chulip, I love that game. And I'm like, there's people out there that love this game. There really is.
Broken man. That guy's a broken man.
Like, that's the thing, like, I like the game and I want to love it, but it's just bad. It's like really bad and boring.
Yeah, gameplay wise.
I like all the ideas and the concepts that we're going for. They just executed it extremely bad.
Yeah. Well, I feel like with minor tweaks, they could have really saved so much time. Like,
sure. I mean, even if they just made it a way to have the time control better.
Yeah.
And also to just have it so that the game really gives you much more of a clue of where to go.
Hell yeah.
More freedom on exploring, not nowhere near as punishing as it is.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, like, if they made, like, when you lose your HP, you just get sent back to your house instead of game over.
Not have to, like, reset, go back from your last save point.
Yeah.
Like, that's way too much of a punishment. Or at least have, like, if you're going to do that, then just put, like, checkpoints. Every time you go to a new area, it's like a checkpoint.
Yeah. Way more fucking save spots. Oh, man. Like, the ability to fast travel would have been great.
Yeah, it got really fucking annoying to buying bus tickets and stuff and waiting for the goddamn train.
Because it's also a grind. Because when you buy a bus ticket, it's consumable. So you have to buy another one if you want to go back to the area.
You get to the point where
and you run out of money fast, where you have to like start exploring in the bushes to find things to sell, and then you find shit, and then you die, and then you have to do it all over again.
You have no idea. You have to buy this computer that's like fucking like $1,100, $1,200. Yeah, exactly. And it's like way more money than you would have ever had at that point. You get to a point when you travel everywhere that they're like, oh, you can buy a pass that will let you, a one-time pass that lets you go anywhere. You never lose it. It costs like fucking $980.
I thought it was 9,000.
Was it 9,000? Oh, it was 9,000. I was like, dude, I do not have this kind of money.
Yeah.
And then by the time I had that much money, I had to spend it on the stupid fucking computer. So I beat the game without ever getting to buy that goddamn pass.
And even if you did, realistically, you'd still be fucking waiting for the fucking train.
You'd still be waiting. It still wouldn't be fun.
No.
You just save stupid in-game money. Man, this fucking game. I want to say that the game, graphic-wise, it looks alright. You know, it looks pretty decent. Because it has this style, you know, it has like a unique style to it. It has
the art style to it, yeah.
Good art style. Part of the charm, you know, and it looks good. It doesn't, it doesn't look bad. It looks good, I guess. It doesn't look great. I'm not gonna go out here and say, "Oh, this game's fucking amazing," but it looks fine. Music though, music was pretty hit or miss to me. Sometimes there was absolutely no music. But
it did have a lot of catchy tunes. I like the town theme.
Had some cool music here and there. Like a lot of just people humming and making cool sounds and stuff, and
like a cappella kind of type music.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was funny. It's almost like it fit the theme and charm of the game.
The quirkiness.
Yeah. And as well, speaking of like just sound in general, this game just extremely remind me of Chibi Robo when the characters talk. They have that like broken like that kind of talk, speech, like exactly like Chibi Robo. Some of them I was like, I swear to God, this is like some of the same sound.
I always appreciate things like that. Yeah.
I played this game on mute because fuck this game. I'm busy watching videos.
Yeah, at one point I had to just pull up Spotify and listen to music. I couldn't do it anymore. I was literally at my wit's end. I was like, I'm tired of this game. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna play it because we're playing it for the game club. But damn, dude, it's fucking boring. It's just boring.
And that's such, oh man, making a boring video game is like the worst thing you could say about a video game.
Yeah, boring is worse than like frustrating to me,
Yeah.
Like at least if I'm having a hard time trying to beat the game, like I can like
you get some satisfaction after beating it.
Yeah, and I'm involved in it, what's going on. Yeah. But when I'm standing there for fucking 5 minutes and I'm just like sitting in my computer chair like, holy fuck, I'm bored. That's bad.
Yeah, the whole point to go to video games is because you don't want to be bored.
Yeah, you don't want to be bored. I shouldn't be bored when I'm playing a game. I should feel any other emotion.
When I was done with this game, I did not feel satisfied. I just felt depressed.
I only felt satisfied knowing that I never had to play it again. That's the only satisfaction I had.
I didn't even make it that far. Like, I gave up. I was just like, I can't.
Listen, no fucking shit.
I have way too many fucking games that like deserve my time better than this.
Very true.
Thank God that, because when we looked up this game originally, we were like, oh, how long is this kind of game going to take, right? We looked like how long to beat, our favorite website, and also like...
Mine, definitely.
Yeah, also looked up like game facts. And like, how long to beat had like fucking like 2 people play this game, so we didn't really... We couldn't be like, oh yeah, this is...
Yeah, when I first looked it up, it was like 30 hours. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think
I was like, oh, okay, it might be manageable. Okay, no... If you don't have a guide, this is taking you longer.
Sure, if you didn't have a guide, it probably would take you 30 hours. I think it probably took me like somewhere between like 12 and 14.
Yeah.
12 and 14 hours I wish I could have back.
I have no idea how long this game took me. I just left it on for like a long ass time.
Is it still on? That's my question.
I mean, it might be.
Because I see... we're on Discord, and I see that there's it still says you're playing the PlayStation 2.
I feel like this game will always be on. It will always be taking space in my mind.
You just hear in the background, boom, ba-doo, bop, ba-doo.
You're scaring me now. Stop.
Somebody's trying to kiss you, else. They're waiting for those musical notes, and they're
cutting off my lips
smooch you good. You gotta get a big smooch. I do like the dude's face when he kisses. He closes his eyes and just
puckers up his lips.
It's funny. There's like 2 buttons in this game. There's like an interact button and a kiss button. Eventually, you get a run button. If you get the run.
If you figure it out.
Yeah. If you get it.
Oh man. Why aren't there item descriptions in this game?
They don't even tell you that the fucking sweet corns are recovery items.
Yeah.
They don't tell you shit. This game doesn't tell you goddamn anything. It's the problem. It really is.
You know what I really liked, at least thematically? The last section with the, when you go into the hole, and you have to deal with all, I'm gonna call her Lindis because that's her name. I have to deal with all Lindis's, problems or whatever.
Yeah.
And that whole situation is pretty dope. Like when you have to find her father's head, and then the chicken trial, that's pretty... it's pretty cute. And then the last part with the cat giving you 21 questions or whatever.
The giant cat quiz. I actually did like that. You're right.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That
was cool.
That's super good. Like, if the game was all like that and not punishing, I would really like this game.
Yeah. I mean, I would have probably liked it more. That's for sure. I don't know if I would have loved it, but the last part of the game was interesting. You know, it was like, oh, you know, I started paying attention again. I was like, okay. And I want to say too, like we mentioned the game is charming, but also it's very confusing in terms of its style sometimes too, because you get like cool, like, you know, little charming characters like the fucking policeman, right? Big ass head, and it's like, oh, he's kind of cool, and you know, just other characters like the old lady who always cleans and stares you down. You know, my problem though goes with these fucking dudes who look like Mr. Saturn. They're like the main fucking characters. There's a little dude living underground. I'm like, what the hell is this? What the hell?
I think that's a Japan thing. I don't know what the fuck they are, but it's terrifying.
Weird. There's a dude.
So scary.
Yeah. There's a dude in a fucking telephone pole. There's a dude in a fucking gravestone, and it's just like a dude's head peeking out. You know, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't like it. It's scary. I don't like it. It's weird.
And the weird thing, like, spoiler territory. The weird thing is that your father turns out to be one of them.
Yeah, your father's one too. Because the whole game he's just sitting there reading his face is stuck in a fucking newspaper the whole time. And at the end of the game, he pulls down the newspaper. He's like, "Hey, I'm just a little fucking head too." And my body is just a fake little robot or some shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. It's so scary. Like,
no, that explains everything. I never actually saw that part.
It doesn't explain anything.
No, it doesn't explain shit.
No, like it like that's why you never actually see your dad's face at all. Ever.
Okay, but why is he that? Why am I not that?
I don't know.
Huh?
That part I don't know.
How come he doesn't live on the ground like the rest of them? What the hell is their job? They're teachers? Where's the school? What is going on? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
Yeah. Oh man. It's super confusing.
They're like going on strike because they're mad because this dude can't pay them because they're teachers, I guess. And it's like, what the fuck? Why? Where? What? Huh?
There's no in-game explanation for any of it.
No.
And they don't resolve it?
What?
They don't resolve it at the end?
Not really, no.
No. And it's wild, all of it. And I get it. It's wild for the sake of being wild, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I also like, generally, I'm using like very loosely here. But I like the factory part where you have to become the president. I think that's pretty cool. I like the structure of it. It's pretty dope. But I don't like the fact that the way you have to do it is that you have to hide from the security guard.
Yeah.
And it's kind of random when which ones will be checking around.
Yeah, you have to talk to a specific person. If that specific person says, "Oh, this guard is lazy today," then that's the one you have to. And then you have to figure out where to hide. And you don't get a lot of time either.
No. Yeah. It's just a waste of time, basically. I mean, it's what we've been saying over and over again. This game just wastes your fucking time.
Yeah, and if you have to go back and do it again, guess what? You have to go through all this text and waiting. And the guy fucking changing the numbers on the train. It's like, Jesus, dude, this is taking fucking forever.
And the exercise routine. You know,
yeah, the exercise routine. You have to do it every time. Every single time. If you want to go back and find the people at night, you have to do it every fucking time. No thank you. No thank you. I'd rather fucking cut my goddamn left fucking foot off. I just seriously do that ever again. I will never play this game ever again for the rest of my life.
I will never look at this game ever again.
Fucking P.
Fuck this game.
I guess that's the recommendations.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll say it again. But
yeah, absolutely. Well.
Yeah, I'm not going back to it anytime soon. Probably never.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I guess, do you guys have anything else that we didn't hit on that you want to talk about?
I feel like I'm saying a lot of good things now because there are things to like about this game.
There are, and I understand loosely why people would like this game.
No, we said earlier, there's a lot of charm to it. if you have literally no other games to play and that's the only game, you'll get some enjoyment out of it.
Some.
Very
For like a half an hour to an hour, you'll be like, "Oh, this is funny. I'm kissing people." That's it. That's it. You play fucking 1 hour of this game. You played the whole. You got your experience. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I really like the temple. Well, not really like, but I like the temple. You know, the whole thing with the monk, and the daughter. If you go back after you get the, what is it? The ink or whatever. One of the pieces of the set.
Yeah.
You have to deal with like, the daughter fighting like the spirits around the guy or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I didn't even do that. I mean, some of the underground people kissing them was kind of unique. One like the sniper rifle dude. Why he was shooting at this other? There's two guys. One's a sniper. One's another dude. And the one dude is he has to take a piss, but he can't get to the bathroom because he's afraid. He's like hiding behind the shed, and there's a guy sniping at him. And he's like, "Oh fuck, I gotta pee," and you have to kiss the sniper. Basically, all you have to really do is sneak up behind him and give him a kiss when the time is right. It takes fucking forever, by the way. It's annoying. But once you do it, then I do like the puzzle element of now this guy can take a piss now that there's not a sniper there, because the sniper will be like, "I got a kiss, I'm gonna go home," because they don't show up anymore.
You could kiss that guy before you kiss the sniper.
Could you?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, because I waited, and then he was like, finally the next day he went and took a piss, and as soon as he came out of the bathroom, he was over above and beyond. He was so excited he finally peed, and I gave him a big old smooch about it. Also, is it just me, or like the reasons to give these people a kiss is very weird, and it's like, why? I guess this whole game is a big why. It's a big
making your heart strong.
Much.
But like,
that's how you make your heart
how would
stronger.
you feel if you were getting a dude was trying to shoot you, and you were trying to take a piss, and finally he's gone, and you pee your heart out, and you walk out the bathroom, and a dude just gives you a fucking big one right there, just a smooch right on the lips, and you're, like, what?
Well, they seem to be happy about it, I guess.
They are.
I don't know why, but
it's just so weird.
They're all starved for love.
Like I said,
culture.
I get why people would be like, oh, this game is fun. It's funny. Like, I get why people would be like, this is funny, and like, I like this, right? Mm-hmm. But the gameplay is bad. Yeah. Like, it's the problem.
I really like the concept of the NPCs and the whatever character you interact with has their own life and their own world. So like have a set schedule. That's why one of the reasons why I love Majora's Mask so much, because everyone around you has their own life that they're living. They're doing their little routines. They're going through the towns. They're doing their chores. All that stuff. Like the world isn't revolving around you, the player. Right, You're in their world. You know what I mean? And I really like that in games. And that's why I was like really excited when I started playing this game, but it's just executed like very, very poorly.
Yeah, I did want to say that too. I do like that. That is really, really neat, and it is like, I like that you mentioned that, because I thought that at one point too. Majora's Mask, it's everybody runs on a schedule, and it's just cool to watch some of them, what they do throughout the day.
You get to actually see, like, it's not just they're just static there and only interact, like, become alive when you interact with them. They're doing their own thing.
They're always doing something, whether you're there or not, which is cool.
Yeah. I feel like if they re-release this game with a bunch of quality of life fixes, this game would be a lot better.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But as things are now, no.
It's hot garbage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to recommendations for Chulip.
Sure, yeah.
So, I guess we'll get this one out of the way. I'll start, because Will's not here. I know we always start with who picked the game. I'm going to say no.
Shocking.
I do not recommend playing Chulip. If you are interested in what the game has to offer, watch a video. Just watch, like, Game Grumps played at some point. I'm sure there's other people on the internet who have played this game, and it'd probably be way more. You probably get way more enjoyment out of watching somebody play it than actually playing it yourself. So I'm gonna say no. Noah.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend it. At most, if somebody has it and they're not doing it, like, let them give it to you. Try it out for an hour and give it back, because that's the most enjoyment you're gonna get out of it.
Don't give it back. Just slap him in the face. Why'd you give this to me? Hell no. Look it up online. Watch a video. Watch 5 minutes of a video, and you'll get the whole game, basically. I mean, yeah, it's not worth playing.
No. All right. Well, now that we've gave our recommendations for Chulip, there's just one last thing we got to do with it, and that is to put the game on the list.
The list.
Follow along in the pastement below. Very important. If you want to see what we're talking about, you can see it all there. So every week we put what game we played on the Game Club on the list, and the list is ever growing. Every week on the regular podcast, where we talk about news and video games. We also add a game, so there's games getting added to the list every single week. So if you want,
for the first time in a while, I have a pretty good idea where I want to put a game on the list.
Well, I also running into the problem here. Will's not here. He picked the game. Usually I give first say to who wants to do it. How about you, Noah? Because you said you have a pretty good idea. It sounds like you already know. So what are you thinking?
Probably below Trash It.
Oh, man. Fuck.
Pretty low.
I was gonna put this game above Discworld Noir, but
yeah, I feel like that's where I would
I don't know, man. Both this game and Discworld Noir are just so bad. It's
boring.
hard to... Actually, damn, I don't know. I mean, I know I hated Discworld Noir more, but Discworld Noir had a better story.
Yeah.
When there was, when I could find the story, when I could actually progress, I was interested in the game. This game, I was not interested in the game at any point.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And it's like, it had the very similar problems to what Knack did. It's just, like, extremely boring. But this was boring and frustrating at the same time. That's why it was like, oh, that's a very easy comparison to make.
I haven't played Knack, but for some reason, I just feel like I don't know if I would rank Knack as low as it is on the list. But that's neither here nor there. Actually, like I said, I haven't played it. But having played Discworld Noir, I don't know. I feel like I would put this just above it. Like, I would put this just above Discworld. I didn't like either one of the games.
Yeah, true.
But I like the art direction and stuff with this game more.
Maybe Discworld Noir has to be pushed down.
Maybe. But yeah, both games are painfully boring. Both games are, a lot of times you have no fucking idea what to do. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like either one. It's like comparing two turds. But I think I would put
two big poopies.
Two big poopies. I think I would
take
put
your health
this,
away.
I would put it just above Discworld for me personally.
No, where did you want it again? Below Trash It?
Below Trash It, yeah.
God.
Yeah, because like Pokemon Channel, like when I first originally put it there with Will, because we were the only ones that played it, the main reason why we put it there was because it wasn't really a game, it was more of a watch TV with Pikachu. And it wasn't like, for some reason it really Will did not like it at all and had some gripes with it. I can't recall exactly why. I think it's like little things like the interruptions and like little things here and there, and that basically just don't do much. But Pokemon Channel I have like fond memories and like of the music, of like the interactions and things like that. So it wasn't as, what's the word? It wasn't punishing. It was boring sometimes, but it did have a lot of moments where it was like it was enjoyable. So, like, I feel like I got much more enjoyment out of Pokemon Channel than Chulips, honestly.
Well, here's the thing for me. I haven't played Pokemon Channel or NAC. In terms, like I already said, I would put above Discworld. In terms of Trash It, I would absolutely put above Trash It as well.
I would put it above
that's
Trash
the thing with Trash It. I know there's a bunch of things that it did wrong, but I still enjoy by playing Trash It. But
I would put it
currently replaying it right now for the Games of the Year Revolution games.
I don't envy you at all. But yeah, I would put it above Discworld, but I also put it above Trash It. So I mean, if you think Discworld's better, then I
think so, because at least Discord had it had a better story. Navigating around was a pain, trying to figure out what to do, but you would eventually get to you would eventually progress just by process of elimination on what to do. In fucking Chulips,
process of 100 fucking elimination.
Yeah, but you actually get there, and you actually get some decent cutscenes and interactions with characters, and you get to find characters like Death, which was fucking hilarious.
It's the only good part about that game.
Yeah, but it had a very good part.
I would put it right above Trash It, I think.
Just thinking about these games is giving me a fucking aneurysm.
I'll settle for above Trash It. I mean, again, it's one of those games. Trash It, it's I love Trash It, but I can completely understand why you guys think it's garbage.
Okay. Alright. I guess that's where we're at here. So that's going to put it at number 130 on the list out of 135 games, by the way. So, now that... So we're in the bottom 135. It's officially in hell, by the way. Anything below Donkey Konga is what we consider hell on the list. I'm going to read the games that are around it on the list for you, so if you're not following along, at least you got an idea of where it is here. Number 128, we have Pokemon Channel. 129, NAC. 139 is now all belonging to Chulip. 131, Trash It, which is exactly what I would do with that game and most of these games around here. And number 132, Blink's a Time Sweeper, which is also a Game Club game. And if you want to hear us talk about how much we did not like that game, there is an episode for you to check out. Because I fucking hated that game.
Yeah. Understandably.
Yeah, this was before Ilse was on the podcast, but goddamn, he fucking went and played it anyway, so he could feel our pain.
Yep, and I felt it.
Yeah, it's not a good game. It's very bad, but that's why it's so low on the list. 133 Shadow the Hedgehog, 134 Sonic and the Secret Rings, and 135 Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. So. Sonic really taking it on the bottom there, taking a big L. Sorry, Sonic. I feel like Shadow the Hedgehog is maybe a little too low on this list, but that's neither here nor there. The list is what it is right now. But that was the list. Thank you guys for listening to that, and thank you guys for listening to the podcast so far. Before we go, though, I'd like for you to stick around for just a moment because we got a couple things that I just want to mention. One, of course, is that, this is the Jump Up Supercast Game Club, and we post our episodes every other Thursday. We post them upload to SoundCloud, but it does get posted around to, wherever you want to listen to your podcasts on the internet, including iTunes and podcatchers everywhere where available. And I appreciate you. Maybe give us a follow if you like us, rate us 5 stars on iTunes, just give us some support or comments, whatever. We'd really appreciate it. We also have social media if you want to follow us there and get updates when I post the episodes. You can follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Instagram, and you can follow us on Twitter. So all of those are available for you, whichever one you use. We will post the episodes up and other random things. So maybe follow us on all 3 if you want to get the full experience and maybe shoot us a comment or 2. We also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/JumpUpSupercast, which occasionally we stream. Haven't been the best at doing that recently, but if you want to, see it, let us know. Maybe also give us a follow because maybe we will pop on here and there. Who knows? But it is available though. If you want to give us a follow, we'd really appreciate that as well. Before we go, I just want to throw it over to Ills because Ills, my friend, this is the game club and we need another game to play, and it is your turn to pick. So, what game did you pick for us here?
All right, so I was thinking back. I wanted a game that was short, and I wanted to go back to the Wii. And I was thinking back earlier to one of my older picks. And I was thinking, you know what? We need to further explore this, maybe. So, next time, we'll be playing Sin and Punishment Star Successor.
Oh, baby.
Is this a sequel to Sin and Punishment? Like the one we did?
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy.
All right, man. That's a good pick, man. I have that game, and I've always wanted to play it, so...
Yeah, I knew you'd be excited.
Yeah, finally. Cleaning out the backlog, baby. That's what...
Hell yeah.
Sometimes that's what the game club is all about.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, we'll catch us in 2 weeks while we talk about what our thoughts were on Sin and Punishment Star Successor. And we'll be here. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Ills and Noah, for playing the game. Thanks, Will, for picking the game, but also fuck you.
Yeah.
But Will be back eventually. Who knows exactly when, but he'll be back, and we're waiting for him. We can't wait. But until then, thank you guys for listening. Go out there, play some video games, and of course, like always, be nice.